Hi Taurus, welcome to your Uranus in Taurus special with me, Raphael Ray from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. So, this is big for you guys, obviously, because Uranus is going to be moving into your sign. Now, if you are a Taurus sun sign, and especially if you're a Taurus ascendant, this is going to have really special relevance and meaning for you. To a lesser degree the moon sign, because it will affect your emotional or sort of hidden self. But yeah, this is really exciting, and it's also, you know, everybody's buzzing around this at the moment, and there are big reasons why. So this is going to be a slightly different video. I mean, it will be similar in its format, but as you can see here, we'll be pulling cards, and we'll be pulling quite a few cards. So, Uranus into Taurus. Uranus is the planet of revolution. It's the planet of change. It's the planet of being the rebel. It's the planet of higher thought, of youthful energy. It's electricity. It's the modern ruler of Aquarius. So it also represents abstract and possibly even for some people strange ideas, ideals, or concepts, you know, and it's although it's a long transit, it's actually a very quick energy. It's a very fast energy, and Taurus, in stark contrast, is about slow moving. It's about doing things and taking your time. It's about working through things slowly and methodically, and just kind of going with the flow of things. You know, it's about the natural environment. Taurus represents the earth, you know, it's fixed earth, and so therefore for me, Taurus kind of represents it's like it's the embodiment of earth, literally, you know, because it's fixed earth. So fixed is, to me, is like the earthly mode, and you know, it's the fixed earth sign. So this is, you know, you guys can be stubborn, but also deeply attuned to the senses, you know, to the environment itself. There's all of that plays a part in, you know, and will play a part in this transit. So this happens in your first house. Now, I always believe that when any transit takes place in your first house, it gives you a degree of control over that. I've got my trusty notes here, so I'll dip into those, and then we will go on to talk about, you know, the rest of what comes up. But yeah, it's a really exciting time. It's a really exciting transit. This only ever happens, you know, Uranus only ever changes signs once every 7 years. Now, the reason that's exciting and the reason it's important is because it's going to take at least one lifetime to travel the entire zodiac, and so therefore most of us only ever really see Uranus in one sign, you know, move through the whole zodiac sign, the whole zodiac wheel once in our lifetime. You know, depending on how long you live to, it will be interesting for those people, you know, that live to 100 and 110 and stuff, to see, you know, what they remember from it, and, you know, if they document any of that stuff. You know, I really hope somebody does. So yeah, really exciting time. This happens in your first house, like I said, and I always believe that gives you a degree of control over how to navigate the energy of the transit. So what have we got? With Uranus moving into your sign, you will be embracing the new, the different, and possibly even the perceived strange. Yours is the sign of earth, nourishment, abundance, and even food and the body itself, you know. And that's the other thing about Taurus. It's, you know, it's earth, you know, your body is made from the earth, and no one can ever say that it's not, because everything that you eat, even the processed stuff, at some point has come from the earth, you know. So your body, that is bone, sinew, and flesh and blood, has all come from the planet, you know. And Taurus is about the earth, and this is your first house. So this is about, you know, you. It's about how you maybe looking into ways of healing your body, a new radical self-image that's revolutionary and totally different to what you have been known for or perceived of. Now that's really interesting, because your first house is about you, it's about your personality, it's about who you are, it's about the face that you wear in the world. In stark difference, like the 10th house stuff, whereas your career, it's about who you are professionally and the face that you put on at work. Whereas your first house is you, it's your personality, it's your physicality as well. It's your physical body. Now Uranus into Taurus, Uranus coming into your sign, will be bringing changes to that. It will be bringing changes, if you've been known as, I don't know, a vegan for however long in your life, you might now start eating meat or, dairy products. It could be the vice versa, but this is very much about your approach. It's about what you have been known for versus what you choose to be known for. And the reason I say what you choose to be known for, not just because this is in your first house, but like I said, Uranus is the sign of rebellion. It's and rebellion isn't, for me, it's not just about saying, no, I want to rebel against that for the sake of it. When you rebel against something, you're rejecting the programming or the conditioning that you've been given from outside or external factors. Things that are imposed on you, you tend to rebel against. And with Uranus coming into your first house, it's about, when people say, oh, you do that, don't you? Or that's who you are. And this is how I categorize you because that makes me comfortable. This is about you saying, well, actually, I don't care if that makes you comfortable. That's not what I associate with myself anymore. It's not who I choose to be. It's not how I choose to be perceived, how I choose to be seen. This will see you getting really deeply in touch with the earth, even more so, and thinking about ways to connect yourself to the earth. Uranus also rules technology. So this is, I've already said this could be about technologies that you might find yourself getting involved in, things that make the earth better, that heal the earth, that give it, different significance and different meaning. This could also see you finding yourself getting in touch with or looking into technologies that can make your life better. All kinds of things. In that respect. There's also, the first house is that of the self, the personality and the will. So in true Uranian fashion, you may now rebel against the self that you have come to be known for, in favour for a new, more inspired, true to self being. Now I like that. So like I said, I've got all of my notes here that I've written. That's what this is about. Uranus is big sweeping change. It's not like Pluto that takes a long time and will go right deep into things. It kind of smashes the door open, says, I'm here, deal with it. And it will give you the challenge. It will give you the ultimate challenge, so that you have to think fast on your feet. Everything that you have previously known, understood, or thought or believed about yourself is about to go through a massive upheaval. And that's a good thing, because this means that effectively you're reinventing yourself. And not only are you reinventing yourself, because Uranus rules Aquarius, it has that element of truth and authenticity. And this is going to ask you to really demonstrate now and really get to comfortable and get to grips with who you are now, and what you want to be known for, who you want to be known as, what you will associate yourself to and tie yourself to. This is giving you a chance to revolutionize, how you are seen in the world. What your personality is will go through huge sweeping changes, and you might find that you outgrow a lot of the structures that are in your life now. You might find that you outgrow a lot of, what you value, because Taurus represents values. Yours is the sign of values. It's the second house. Even though this is happening in your first house, this is about what you yourself truly value. And it's now going to show you that actually, do you know what? I might have valued all of these other things before, but actually that doesn't mean anything to me now, because I'm not that person anymore. And over the next, the course of the next 7 years, this is going to ask you, who are you? What do you want to be known for? What is the highest, because like I said, this is about higher octave of thought. What is the highest and most authentic self that you are? And more importantly, like I said, Uranus is the rebel. Whatever you've been conditioned to believe you are is now going to start to break down, and you will start, You will start enabling yourself to be who you truly are, and you will start enacting who you are. This isn't just going to be about, oh, that was a great thought, and then it kind of gets swept under the rug. This is a 7-year transit, so it's going to take its time to come through. So, on that note, now is the time for you to embrace your body, to get to know yourself on a very deep level. Challenges to your old paradigm and your understanding of self are about to shift, and this may well happen because you've been ignoring the fact that who you have become and the life you have built no longer reflects the direction in which you believe you are headed. Now, I wrote those words because that's how I perceive this. This is very much about you and the changes that you're about to go through, the changes that you're now about to enact, the changes that you are, the challenges that you're going to face. Because don't forget, this isn't just about, okay, well, I'm going to go through all these massive changes over the next 7 years. It's also going to say to you, that's fine, but you are known as this person. And you're going to have to break all of those illusions. You're going to have to smash that old mold of self so that you can remodel the inside of yourself into what you want to be known for, and as you choose to be seen going forward. And that's going to be difficult. It's going to come with challenges. Uranus is actually the Tower card in Tarot. And if you've been watching me long enough, you know that the Tower card, it cracks all illusions, it breaks all chains, it blasts everything, and it leaves, some people say destruction, but I say actually liberation. So I would like to bless this reading with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, what does the next 7 years have in store for you? The first year of this transit offers you the Hermit card. So the interesting thing is, although this is going to bring you sweeping changes, the first year of this transit is going to be you sifting and sorting through. It's going to be a continuation of the experiences that Taurus has been having lately. The first year of this transit is going to ask you to go within, to really think about who you've become, who you are presenting yourself to the world as, what it is about you that people associate to you. And it's going to ask you to take a long, deep, hard look at yourself and really look at the fine print of that. What do people think of when they see me? What do people associate with me when they interact with me? What do people believe my approach or my personality say about me? You're going to be really looking into that and finding out over the next year, because this transit is starting now, over the first year, that's what you're going to become, that's what you're going to be experiencing. And that might be a challenge, because sometimes it's hard to learn what people really think of us, how they really perceive and view us. Sometimes it's uncomfortable as well. And it might also be surprising. So the second year of this transit is going to be hard, because that's going to be the true breaking of who you are. And that's going to be the true cracking of all of the illusions. The Ten of Swords is not a great card, guys. It's one of the most difficult challenges in the deck. And the reason being is because it represents, the only thing that's good about this card is it represents the finality. It represents the end. And how interesting is this? The Hermit card is number 9. Number 9, if you know me by now, numerology, is the completion. It's the endings. It's the way toward enlightenment, which is another thing that the Hermit card offers. So you're going to be becoming illumined and enlightened to what people think and truly feel about who you are. And the second year of this transit is going to be the smashing and the breaking of that. It's going to be where that part of that old self is completely torn to shreds. I think the only difference is a lot of this is going to be done by you. And therein lie the difficulty, because it's not just about reinventing yourself, it's about changing other people's perceptions and understandings and beliefs of who you are. And that is going to be a challenge. The third year of this transit the Ace of Swords. This will be when you decide. This will be the third year of this transit will be when you truly decide this is who I am. This is who I am going to be. So it's kind of like you go inward and then you take a nosedive and it's like, oh my God, you know, I've got to change all of this. And then in the third year, it's like, bam, I'm now establishing who I am. I've made a decision about who I am. The Ace of Swords represents swift decisions. It represents enacting those decisions, and it also represents contracts being signed. You know, this could very well see you, you know, reinventing yourself in a really official capacity. For some of you, this could be a name change. For some of you, this could be, you know, starting a business, you know, completely changing your career, you know, all of this stuff, you know, but big sweeping changes, things that almost say that the old self has actually died. And when you look at the Ten of Swords, you know, it has that kind of feel to it. Whereas the new self is being born, and it's being born through a decision, through a sharp mind as well, you know, and in an official capacity, on paper, documented. Interesting. The fourth year of this transit is the Five of Wands. So this is interesting because the sign before yours, Aries, also had this year as the challenge. I think the interesting thing is the fourth year is going to be the point where you're met with resistance from other people. You know, it's for the first 3 years, it looks like, excuse me, it will be yourself that's, you know, obviously the stuff that you learn may well be difficult, but the fourth year kind of suggests that actually this is when people start to rebel against you and say, well, no, I don't see you as that. I don't, you know, I don't accept that you're changing your name. I don't accept that you're marrying that person. I don't accept that you're changing your career. I'm not taking your resignation. For those of you that, you know, choose to resign from, you know, or complete disbelief from other people, because the Five of Wands represents other people. It represents many people talking at once. And what I feel from this is this is going to be about other people's opinions on the changes that you are making in your life. And the fourth year will be the challenge year. The fifth year of this transit will be you walking away from that disappointment. The Eight of Cups represents emotional disappointment, but it represents the end of that emotional disappointment. You may well be left a little tender from some of the people, you know, and because Uranus rules surprise, you know, things that just show up, big sweeping changes. You might be surprised by the people that come forward saying, I'm not comfortable with the changes that you're making. You might be surprised with the challenges that come from the outside. And the fifth year will see you really kind of going through that list with a fine comb and saying, wow, okay, I didn't expect that. But it's like you feel it and you move past it. You feel it and you actually turn it into something positive, because although the Eight of Cups, like I said, it represents an emotional imbalance that's left, you know, from some event that's already taken place, especially here in your challenge year. This kind of says to me that, because the number 8 is about wealth, it's about abundance, it's about creating something materially vast for yourself, and it's also the number of karma. This is going to be you really severing ties with people, and severing ties with people for good, you know, and really moving past that, and possibly even building a different social circle. The sixth year of this transit, yeah, so the Seven of Pentacles. This will be where you start to realize how much patience you have. It will be where you start to, it's interesting because the 4 year seems to be the challenge year and the 6 year seems to be the reward year. But this will see you taking stock of everything that you've learned, and it will see you also looking to invest in the changes that you've made. It will see you looking to invest in really building a firm platform and foundation for yourself, made up of things and people that you truly trust, but more importantly, truly resonate with. The 7th year of this transit, oh, look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. This will be your victory. So the Six of Wands is victory. It's the celebration when you come home after the long transit, after this massive transformational journey that will take place for you. You know, and unlike any other sign, yours will be fraught with challenges because this is your first house. You know, Uranus is going to be on some kind of shock and awe campaign, and you're going to be like, fuck, you play no games. But when you get to the end of it in the 7th year, you will see just how victorious you are in every sense of the word. And like I said, whether this plays out in career, love, home, money, you know, spirituality, this is your success, it's your victory. You know, the 7th year will be the culmination, obviously, because it will be moving into another sign after that. But more importantly, it will give you the success, it will give you the ultimate reward. You know, it will give you the ability to look back on that whole transit and say, wow, you know what, I really have achieved a lot in that time, and look at what I've managed to do. So this is going to be a really, really interesting one. Remember what I said, this is a 7-year transit. Come back to this video over and over to check in with it, to see where you are, if it resonates, if it doesn't resonate. You know, let me know how it plays out for you over 7 years. I hope you are with me, you know, through the next 7 years to show me how this plays out for you, and whether we can, you know, we can see whether it has weight, whether it has bearing on your life. You know, I'm really, really interested in the research aspect of this as well. Taurus, I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance itself. If you feel to like, share and subscribe, please do. If you would like to donate because this video has helped you in some way, shape or form, the link to do so is down below. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best, and I will see you again very soon.